Hello students, welcome to Eduauraa. I am Priya Kumari, your mentor for Indian economy. Let us try to understand what are the types of inflation. So first, we are going to discuss the types of inflation on the basis of causes. So the first one is currency inflation. This type of inflation is caused by the printing of currency notes. More currency will increase the demand and thus it will lead to an inflationary situation. The next one is credit inflation. Being profit-making institution, the commercial banks sanction more loans and advances to the public than what the economy needs. Such credit expansions lead to a rise in the price level. Now, the next one is the deficit-induced inflation. The budget of the government reflects a deficit when the expenditure exceeds the revenue. And to meet this gap, the government may ask the central bank to print additional notes. Since the pumping of additional money is required to meet the budget deficit, obviously the price will rise. And this may be called as the deficit-induced inflation. Now let us start discussing that what exactly is demand pull inflation. An increase in the aggregate demand over the available output leads to a rise in the price level. Such inflation is called as the demand pull inflation. But why exactly does the aggregate demand rise? Classical economists attribute this rise in aggregate demand due to money supply. So, if the supply of money in the economy exceeds the available goods and services, demand pull inflation appears. It has been described as a situation of too much money chasing too few goods. Now let's come to the next one, that is the cost push inflation. Inflation in an economy may arise from the overall increase in the cost of the production. And this type of inflation is known as the cost push inflation. Cost of production may rise due to an increase in the prices of raw materials, the manufacturing tools, and the machines, etc. Often trade unions are blamed for wage rise since wage rate is not completely market determined. And higher the wages, it means that high cost of production will be there, which ultimately leads to the prices of the commodities increase. Now let us discuss the built-in inflation. This type of inflation involves a very high demand by the workers, which is ultimately addressed by the firms by increasing the cost of goods and services for their customers.